Hi, I'm Diana Lisa, and today I wanted to talk about how to start painting outside. Have you ever painted outside? If so, how did it make you feel? Well, for me, this time that I got to paint outside, and this time that I got to paint outside, and this time that I was walking down to paint outside equals my happy place every single time. Really, really happy. I get to sit outside, sometimes in perfect weather like this, and I just feel wrapped up in a blanket. Doesn't matter if it's cold outside, I just feel totally calm and having fun. So what is en plein air? En plein air is being out in the open air, and painting in plein air is artists painting outside with their subject in full view. So you're not looking at a reference picture, you're looking at the actual object that you're trying to paint or an image of that painting. So on a really cold day like this one was, I painted from the car. And here is, I'm painting at the lagoon, which is one of my pretty much frequented places I go. This again is from the lagoon. This is from the top. It was cold this day. It was windy. So I thought I'm just going to sit on the bench for a little while and not walk down into the lagoon. And I painted from there and it was fun. So you might say, okay, how do I do that? Well, you're going to need some supplies. So here's some supplies that you may need. First things first, you need a substrate. A substrate is just something to paint on. So here I have a little sketchbook on a little easel, and so that's what I'm painting on. That's my substrate. You might need a portable paint kit. So here I have a backpack with a tripod that I'm going to put a little box on, and on the left I have my Just Go sketching kit or a sling belt, a bag. Anything that you can put your supplies in would be your outdoor kit. How about an easel? Do you think you want to paint from an easel or hold it in your hand? Here's an example of one of my easels that I started with in the very beginning. And you want to be aware of the weather and water. Make sure that you're staying hydrated, that you have a hat for sun protection. Always consider the weather. I keep in my car beanies, gloves, jackets, hats, just to be ready. So let's talk about a few of my kits that I have and that I like and that I use every single week. I try to use every single day, but every single week for sure. So this first one is my Just Go sketching kit. This was one of the first ones I got and I love. I have 3 Just Go sketching kits. So in this outer pocket, I have clips. You'll see what those are for, or you may already know. Do you have a Just Go sketching kit and do you love it? Let me know in the comments. So I have a little sketchbook in here. I know I've shown videos about this before, and the little board that it goes on. So let's just set this up real quick, as if I was going outside. So let's take a look. Here's one that I was working on yesterday at the beach. It didn't get to completion, but I'm okay. My goal every day in April is just to make sure that I get out or that I am painting at least for my balcony, or there's been a couple days where I'm painting for my own reference pictures. Okay, so far so good. We've got it on the board. It isn't going anywhere. Okay, next I'm going to put on my art toolkit palette. You can see there in the very bottom left corner that it's the pocket palette. And I'm going to put that right there, and that is going to stay there. Got it, it's not going to fall off. It is, these bars are strips are magnet, and then I put an extra little magnet on the bottom, but it would have stuck anyway. The Just Go sketching kit comes with a little sponge. It's probably time to clean that. And then I can tuck my little water brush in here. So that's the basic part of the kit. I'll set that to the side. So I have an extra sketchbook in here. I've got a towel to wipe up. What happens since the palette is so small is that usually I'm wiping through colors. So if I'm using blues and then I want to change to another color, after I get it pretty muddy in color, then I wipe it out. So I have some water in here to refill that water brush. I do have a pencil and some color pencils, a Posca pen, and then I also have my own little curated broken set of Neocolor 2s. And that also, I should show that, sticks on here quite nicely. So you could hear that little click or maybe you didn't. And so if I do this, they're all going to fall out, but it's stuck there pretty good. So that is my Just Go sketching kit. And like I said, I have a couple more. So let's put that one aside. The next one that you might want to consider is a pochade box. This pochade box is by Box and Paint. Will it help if I do that? Yes, it will. Okay, so this is a pochade box that you can mount on the easel, and I have my quick release on the bottom there. So basically, I think this is meant more for oil painters, which I am not. I think you can get it with like the gray glass here for the oil paints, but I don't do that. So anyways, the premise is that then this is adjustable. So your sketchbook or your gesso board or your board, whatever you're going to paint on your substrate would go here. And then this would be mounted on your easel. And you can place brushes here. I usually kept my paints in here. When I used this, I can pretty much put the supplies that I'm going to use. You can put your palette in here and there. And then when it's time to pack up, there are magnets in here that are going to hold it in. And then you're going to close it back up. And yes, you're going to need a bag to carry this in. It's not super lightweight. It's not super heavy, but there's some weight to it. So that is one option. This is also another example of a pochade box. This is very small. Again, it has the mount for the tripod right underneath. This I got off of Etsy, and I have little magnets here. So when I put the piece of watercolor paper on here, I can hold it on there as magnets. And then you can put your paintbrush here. I used to have it filled up with watercolors. I just haven't used this one in a while, because the Just Go sketching kit is one that I reach for a lot. So I haven't used that one in a while. Now, here is my love, the Sendak roll by Peg and All. Now, you're like, it doesn't have a strap to carry on, but I put it in a bag. I put it in my backpack or a bag. And what I do love about this piece of sponge is how much it holds. And so I have done a video of packing this up, but it just holds quite a lot. And I have pencils here. If I stand it up, in here I have other pockets. So you can see in here, like I've got a little water container. I've got a water brush. I should have more than one water brush in there because I run out. I've got a pencil. I've got some washi tape if I need that. I can fit more in here than I've got. You can see this nice wide pocket here that's empty. Then in the back, and so if I'm folding this up, you can see that these are the back or side pockets. I have the palettes that I need. So this one is so messy. So again, this one is an Art Toolkit Folio palette. There, you can see that there. And then here is another set of Neocolor 2s. This one is a curated set. I put the colors in here that I would like to use, and I did a little swatch card of them there. But that is great because it fits here in the outside pocket, and I could fit more in there if I wanted to. Even with this full, I have another sketchbook in here, and then it just all wraps up nicely. And like I said, you do need to put it in a bag unless you're just going to carry it. But since I usually am, to get to the lagoon is walking down, even to get to the beach, I'm walking on it from an inclined parking lot down to the beach. So it has to be in a bag, but I love this thing. Okay. So that one is that. So why do I paint outside? So here's a scene of me at the lagoon. It was cold, obviously. I'm wearing a beanie, but you can look at some of that view there. So here I'm using an easel and a Stablo board, which I can show you in a minute. And then this is another scene. So these little sandpipers, I think they're called snow plovers, Western snow plovers. I could sit there and watch them run on the beach for quite a while. So let's see that again. And the other reason that I paint outside is because I just love it. I really do. I just love painting outside. So what do you think? Will you try painting outside, or do you already paint outside? If you do, let me know in the comments. Let me know what's your favorite kit to take with you, or what's your favorite place to go to. Thanks for watching.